This is Jonathan Ajayi here for Pro Boxing Fans. Down here at Box Up Crime, delighted to be joined by Tunde Ajayi.
Go, listen, talk. Give him the mic.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Husragib, the MC for Stamina for Sale. So ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you his official weight of 147 pounds, his official record of 5 wins, 0 losses, and 2 of those wins coming in by way of knockout. Fighting from London, United Kingdom, the Master Genius, Tunde Ajayi.
Come on. I told you,
brilliant.
Bro, I told you, we're taking over everything. We've got the
Shout out Stamina for Sale.
The ring announcer, the master of ceremonies, Hus Ragrip. Check him out. He went viral on YouTube because he done the train announcement. He's been on This Morning with Eamon and part of the crew. Brilliant. That's how we're moving. How you doing, sir?
I'm very well. How are you, Tunde? Good to see you.
Coming all day. Boxing. We live it, we love it. Everyday thing.
Now, we're here at Box Up Crime. We had a very entertaining media workout, which I've spoken to Anthony about, and he said, that's just usual business.
It's the same every day. You know, our team is full of energy. You know, energy doesn't lie, as I always say, and I think that it's great for people on the outside to really take get a sneak preview into how we are day in, day out, and it's a great environment to be in, you know, with positive individuals that want to do well in life.
Great to see Anthony in such good spirits. We spoke, I think, a couple of months ago during lockdown. Yes. You'd seen him, and now sort of a few months have passed. What has sort of the training been like? Obviously, you've moved here.
Yeah, well, we've never stopped training, and you know, myself and Anthony. We was training outside my house. We didn't care. Like nothing was stopping us. As soon as Anthony decided to get back on his feet, you know, he would phone me and he'd say, "Unks, I'm coming out your house. I'm coming outside your house. Let's train. So, you know, when this gym was finally done, it was just a natural progression for us. It was great, and obviously my history with Steve and what he's done for the community. You know, Box Up Crime is in many countries. They got another one in Dagenham. I think it's just a great experience. And for Anthony, as you can see, he's done it well.
Yeah, just talk to me a bit about Box Up Crime and what it means to sort of the community here in Ilford and the one in Dagenham.
Everything. It means everything. I mean, the fact that, you know, a lot of people, especially where I've come from, where I've grown up, I always remember growing up and hearing people say, yeah, you know, when I make it, I'm going to come back on the ends, I'm going to look after everyone. And for many of us, we never saw that. We saw them become successful and then just forget about us. So I think the fact that you've got someone who's a profile, you know, and he's got a big profile in the UK and in the world, to be honest with you, the fact that these young people can now just push the door open and walk in the gym and see him and be around him and see what it takes to get to a certain level and have a certain notoriety in the sport of boxing is wonderful. It's the adage I love to use, be what you want to see. And Anthony Yarde is offering young men and women, you see we have young girls in here, the chance to really see what it takes to make a better life for themselves.
Yeah. Well said. Obviously, Anthony back out in action against Dec Spelman. Saturday, 12th of September on BT Sport. Talk to me how this fight came about. We obviously saw him against Lyndon Arthur. How did you come to sort of deciding on Dec Spelman for this fight?
Well, as you know, and as it's always been the case, it's very hard to get someone to agree to fight Anthony. Many people come on TV, they say we fight, they say we've pulled out of fights, and you know, me and Andy's stance has always been the same. We just don't say nothing because we know the truth, and we just always keep going. But what happened is, after all these opponents kept on pulling out, you know, I said to Frank, well then what about the fight that Arthur just had? You know, he went points with him. Shakan Peters went points with him. Very good fights. Dec Spelman gave a great account of himself at both times. And I said, yeah, that's a good fight. You know, neither of them look close to stopping him, in my opinion. They just played it safe. Just jab. So I think the styles, him and Andy's styles will really gel, and we're going to get a great fight.
One thing, as you mentioned, we know about Dec Spelman is that he doesn't take a step back. He's always up for a fight.
He's going to take a step back on 12th of September, trust me. He might take a few steps back. I don't know, I might take a step over. Don't worry about that.
But yeah, he's always up for a fight, and you know, we saw him against Lyndon Arthur. What kind of a test will this be for Anthony? I mean, he's got nothing to lose.
No, it's a great. You know, I don't call any fight a test. I don't have that mindset. My mindset is, bro, you're coming in there, we're gonna bang you out, we're gonna knock you out. It's the fight game, it's the fight industry, and it's all to do with how you think. And I've never looked at it as a fight as a test. What I do know is that there has to be a lot of. You lot, just calm down. Calm down the noise. Hey, relax. Calm down the noise. You lot have to have a little bit of you know, in boxing you have to prepare well. So that's what I'm saying. I don't look at no fight as a test. And if it is a test, it's the test for us to prepare diligently all the time, whether it's his professional debut or whether it's a championship fight. So Dec Spelman is going to come where he comes with. You know, there's no special effects with Dec Spelman. You know the guy, you can throw 20 Heineken bottles in a ring and every single one of them will lick him in his face. Because, bro, that's the kind of fighter he is. He's one of them man that he don't care about what you're throwing. But thank you, sir. See what's going on there? Box up crime, black coffee. This is what's going on. But yeah, Dec Spelman, he's a guy that he fights with his face, he fights with his heart. Tremendous trier and giver. But as I always say, boxing is levels, and it's our job to show that, you know, Anthony Yarde is a level above.
People obviously look at the two fights between Lyndon and Anthony Yarde and perhaps use it as a measuring stick between the two. But is it difficult to compare the two, considering Lyndon and Anthony, although they both have huge knockout power, they're very, very different fighters?
But you say Lyndon's got huge knockout power, but I'm not gonna. Who did he knock out?
Well, in terms of his record,
who did he knock out? So I'm saying they said Lyndon's got huge knockout power, but I'm saying who did he knock out? He knocked out. Who is he stopped that's never been stopped? He hasn't got a Ciclocker on his record. A man that's never been stopped. A man that went in the ring with Arthur Abraham, Sakio Bika. He was a World Games medalist. Anthony Yarde dropped him in 2 and stopped him in 4. So Anthony's proven that he can punch. But so I don't just listen to what everyone says and says he's a big puncher. But who have you punched? You understand? Because you didn't knock out Dec Spelman. So if you knock out Dec Spelman, taking into consideration that Dec Spelman is such a tough guy, then I say you can punch. So the BT listeners or viewers need to tune in and see if Anthony Yarde can do it. I believe he can.
With Dec only been out sort of 6 weeks,
yes.
Will that be an advantage or disadvantage for him going into the fight? Or both?
If I played football and Ronaldo was out for 6 weeks and Ronaldo came back after 6 weeks and played against me, who do you think is going to win? The basic maths. Ain't about how long you've been out. It's about how good you can fight. Floyd Mayweather was out the ring for almost 2 years. Came back and fought the #1 in Marquez and schooled him. Boxing, just like life, is about levels. So whether you fought last week or the week before, it really doesn't matter. If you're good, you're good. So I feel that, and you're good for a reason. Let's get that right. So the preparation is the key thing in this. The preparation and the win. So Dec Spelman, yes, he's great because he's active. He's been out. He fought 6 weeks ago. Anthony Yarde's last fight was in February this year. Nondescript fight in Spain. So really, his last fight was August last year. So that's a long time. But I think Andy will show you that ring rust is not something that affects us.
We've spoken sort of in depth about the Sergey Kovalev fights. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it has been sort of a year anniversary and just a bit more since that fight. What's sort of the immediate thoughts that come to your mind when you think back to that fight, Tunde?
I mean, I didn't post the fight. It was a good memory for us, good experience, something that you can't buy or pretend to have, and I think that it's an experience that will stay with us forever. It's an experience that done Anthony well, it done me well, it done our whole team well. We stayed together as a family, as a strong unit, and so if a relationship doesn't break in hard times, it's only going to get stronger, and that's what happened.
Just a few more.
Bro, hey, excuse me, please. I'm doing an interview, man. Come on, man. So I'm saying, when you come in the ends, box up crime. This is what happens. It's all a family. So we're just like it's just like we're in our house. So everybody, in your house, especially when you're around Ivory Coast, man. Yeah, but these are great boys, man. I mean, they're young men and they want to be something, and I just feel that they just need the right direction, and that's what it is. They respect us, as elder people. And Stephen Addison, I keep saying it. He's just a great young man. Well, he's not that young. He's older to these guys, but he really loves these young men and he wants the best for them. So it's great for us to be around and they can feed the fight.
And good to see Bilal and Amin on the card as well.
Yeah, man, Bilal, the man that's stamina for so up north. So we've got the Manchester boys, the Birmingham boys, the Bradford boys. The thing's growing. The team is growing, and I'm looking forward to seeing Bilal under the lights again. Young man that's been with me since 12 years old.
3 amateur fights.
3 amateur fights, and it'd be good. It's going to be Amin's first debut with Stamina for Sale. So it's got a great coach in Haroon Headley, and the future's bright. The future's Stamina for Sale.
Talking about the future, one name that's...
You Darren? Everywhere? Okay, cool. Darren, Darren's not a big man. Darren he puts all of us in the right spot because he's the man doing the right control, so we just need to listen to Darren, but he says it's all...
Absolutely. Shout out Darren. Tunde, talking about the future, one thing that has come out sort of during the lockdown period, Frank Warren sent a proposal to Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports. Yes. One fight that has really taken the nation.
It's the only fight everyone's
Joshua Buatsi.
You might as well just throw away the whole poster. I just put Anthony and Buatsi, and don't say Buatsi Anthony because we are the A side. I keep telling people this.
Why?
Why? Because we fought an elite champion in his backyard in Russia. Why? Because we're the only ones in the light heavyweight division that took the gamble and stepped up to the plate. We are the only ones with the least experience prior to the Kovalev fight, but now have the more experience. That's why we're the A side. And prove me wrong. You can't call Joshua Buatsi the A side because he beat a man for the British title who got a draw with someone Anthony knocked out in his first ever professional fight. So you worked that one out.
How big will that fight be for Britain? A massive domestic clash. When do you anticipate that fight taking place, Tunde?
Well, they got to do the numbers. Well, Anthony's Mr. Excitement. I mean, it's just a fact. I know. I never said that JB can't fight. Obviously, he can. He got a bronze medal in the Olympics. You can't buy them from the shop next door. That's serious to get an Olympic. Unbeaten as a pro, done everything the right way. But in terms of marketability and what the fight would actually be for, you have to explain that to me as Anthony Yarde's manager. What are we fighting for? Who's the best in Canning Town? The British title's owned by Shakan Peters. The Commonwealth title, for now, is owned by Lyndon Arthur. Joshua Buatsi, from what I know, doesn't have a belt. So why? Let me give you something. Why doesn't he fight Callum Johnson? That was mandated. That fight's there. That's a nice fight, a great fight. Fight Hosea Burton. That's a great fight. It's there. Fight Butterviev, Bivol, the world champions. Take that leap that Anthony Yarde took. It's all right sitting behind a promoter and saying, yeah, make this fight. But bruv, take some chances. We took chances and we got the least experience. And that's why I get so emotional about the thing. I'm saying, bruv, how many chances do you want us to take? How many times do you want us to be everything against us? But now we've done it. Now we've actually been into the lion's den, so to speak, in Russia, Chelyabinsk. You do something. Don't just try to get. Bruv, your name's only big because of us. That's a fact. It's a fact. So I just want the young man to continue his career. Let's have the fights, because he can fight. Great fighter. Nothing disrespectful to say about him. But this is chess. This is chess. I'm the manager. And I'm here to look after Anthony Yarde. I don't business about nobody else. So until they can put a great proposal, Eddie and Frank, they can do the business. You never know, Darren. Might not even need to be a title. Just a massive pay-per-view event. But again, you need to attract people in order to do that. Everything can't just be on our back. And that's what I believe. I believe that it's a great fight for the British public. I believe that it's a fight that right now boxing people want to see. The average person on the street don't know nothing about it. It's like when David Hay fought. Boxing people know, but the granny in the shop, is that David Hay fighting? Yeah, let me watch that. You get what I'm saying? That's how Anthony is, in my opinion. I might be just blind, but I feel that that's how Anthony is, and I feel that JB hasn't got that kind of profile yet. So until then, the focus is Dec Spelman. It ain't Lyndon Arthur, it ain't Joshua Buatsi, it's Dec Spelman. I'm not taking Dec Spelman no lightly. After I leave here, I'm going home to study. So that's how we feel about boxing and how we take this one.
Just a couple more today. I spoke to your good friend Spencer Fearon last week, I believe.
Spenny Rankin, the one and only, the master knowledge, the man that just knows everything about boxing.
And we were talking about sort of the immediate aftermath of Dillian Whyte's defeat to Alexander Povetkin. He told me that he spoke to you pretty much immediately after, and you were in tears. Just explain to me your emotions immediately after the fight.
Well, it's kind of strange because I never cried when Anthony lost, and nothing hurt me more in the world than that defeat to Sergey Kovalev. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of connection I have with Dillian. When that punch landed, I cried my eyes out. I literally went down on the floor and I started crying. And my dad was like, "We didn't." You know what I'm saying? But I just felt so sad because I just felt that his dreams and all his intentions were shattered by one punch. But that's heavyweight boxing. But I just feel that the connection I have with Dillon, me and Dillon speak on the phone, and he messaged me the next day. He said, "I'm sorry, Unks." I said, "Bub, you're healthy. We're gonna go again. 1 week off, brush off yourself. Let's go again." But the pain I felt when that shot landed, it resonated. I was so sad, and yes, Spencer was right. I don't know. I didn't think Spencer was gonna go on social media and tell everyone that I was crying, but I would never deny that. I cried my eyes out for Dillon, but I'm glad he's back. He's healthy. He's up talking. And he's gonna go again. He's a warrior. He's proven it.
Yeah, he's looking like he's taking the immediate rematch.
Oh yeah, he has to.
Some people though are saying it's maybe too early to take a rematch. What do you say to those people?
Who are the some people?
Social media.
They're not fighting. They don't know boxing. They don't know what is inside of a fighter's heart. He has to do what's best for him. He wants to redeem himself. Same with Anthony Joshua. When Anthony lost, people were saying you shouldn't take the rematch. He took the rematch and boxing my man's ears off. So Dillon's got to do what he's got to do. I believe that it makes his journey and his legacy even greater by coming back and defeating Povetkin after such a bad defeat. Because, let's get it right, for 4 rounds, Dillon controlled the fight. And it just one lapse of concentration cost him the fight. And we know that's all it takes in heavyweight boxing.
So if you were training Dillian for the second fight, would you sort of tell him to do the same sort of tactics he did for the first 4 rounds?
Listen, I'm a realist. Fighters have their own brains. And trainers often give themselves a little bit too much credit as if they could have done something different. So what are you going to tell Dillon to do? Oh, don't throw the right hand. You should have threw the jab. everybody's wise after the event. It just so happened that that punch was from heaven. It's probably how it goes. You understand? Eddie Futch, Emmanuel Stewart, they couldn't have stopped that fight, that punch being thrown at that particular moment, at that particular time. So I don't think it's a case of what tactical advice I would have given him. All I said from before the fight is I think that it was a bit too soon to take such a fight after the splitting up with his long-time trainer. That's all I said. I said that from the beginning because it takes time to get the energy and feel the feel of a new trainer. And then bringing in Dave Coldwell, I think that was even that. Dave is a great trainer and everything like that, but it's new. When you get a new girlfriend, you don't feel the same you did with the other girlfriend, do you? When you're going out for you know what it is, you meet a girl first time, boom, the energy's mad. Give it a couple dates, you just tell her go away. You understand what I'm saying? So the point is that the relationships, especially in boxing, they have to be built over time. And I feel that when you go to that level of the sport, changing your trainer so soon has an effect.
Final one, Tunde. We think that the rematch is going to happen between Wilder and Fury December. We don't know for sure. How does Deontay Wilder approach this third fight? Not a lot of people are giving him much hope of beating Tyson Fury in the third fight. How do you see sort of a way for Deontay Wilder winning this third fight?
I think he has to hope that Tyson Fury underprepares, firstly, and then nobody can actually give you an honest answer on that because nobody's ever seen how Deontay Wilder responds to a loss. You see what I'm saying? So these are all factors that we have to think about when giving our opinions. That loss could have hurt his pride so much that it's made him a different animal. And I think that people shouldn't underestimate Deontay Wilder because he's a wounded animal. And we all know he can punch. Tyson Fury may have given the game away by saying that he hit him early and he shook him to his boots. So we just have to see if Tyson Fury does Tyson Fury, then nothing is easy in boxing, but I think Tyson should come away with a victory.
Brilliant. Tunde, thank you very much for your time. Look forward to September 12th, Saturday on BT Sport, Anthony Yarde against Dec Spelman.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the interview, sir.